Since I didn't talk about E3 2021 so far on the YouTube channel, I wanted to go ahead and take this opportunity to talk about it, guys. E3 2021 I thought was awesome, a smash success for the most part. I mean, obviously it being virtual, not having fans and, people to attend the event was really unfortunate. But I gotta say that what we saw on screen from a virtual perspective, I was really excited about a lot of the stuff that got announced. Some people feel like there should have been some more things announced. Others thought that it was perfect. I'm one that thought it was pretty good. A pretty good E3, especially considering the circumstances of it being virtual. But I wanted to talk, guys, about the best games that got announced at E3. And, obviously there's going to be, some of you will agree, some of you will disagree with some of the names on this list. But I'm going to not go through all of them. I'm just going to go through the ones that really stood out to me the most. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comment section down below. What do you guys think were the best of E3 2021? Let's get into it. So guys, obviously, Metroid Dread was announced on the Nintendo Switch, which was a pretty big deal, obviously, guys, with Metroid. Absolutely awesome. Super excited for that fan base, to say the least. The big one, though, for me was Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild 2. So excited about this game, guys. The first one I thought was really good. I thought that there were things that certainly could have been better about it, even though it won so many awards. I'm one of the few that actually was pretty critical of the first Breath of the Wild, even though I totally get the hype behind it. But obviously, guys, Nintendo showed a new trailer for its big sequel, revealing how Link will now be able to explore floating sky islands as well as a larger version of the Hyrule landscape. He'll get new powers too, including flamethrowing gloves as well as new enemies to try them on. And obviously, guys, it looks incredible from a graphical perspective as well. Next on the list for me, guys, is definitely Starfield. I mean, Starfield, this is a game that we've been waiting to hear more about from Bethesda. I've made a lot of Starfield content here on the YouTube channel. You guys can check it out. But the one every Bethesda fan was waiting for, a brand new epic adventure described by the developers as a NASA punk space RPG following a group of explorers on a journey to uncover a vast mystery. So it's coming out, guys, next year. But I'm really excited about this title. When we look at a lot of these games that are coming out, one thing that really stood out to me was the exclusivity. So obviously we know that The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild 2 will only be a Nintendo IP and be on Nintendo Switch only. Starfield, now that Microsoft bought out Bethesda, they own the rights to Starfield and a number of other titles, obviously, that Bethesda holds, whether it's Elder Scrolls or Doom, whatever the case might be. This is going to be coming out exclusively on Xbox. Pretty big deal. Redfall. This is a game, guys, I didn't really know a lot about, but now as we're starting to hear more about it, this looks really, really cool. The latest project from the super talented team at Arcane Studios, obviously these are guys who did Dishonored, is an open-world co-op vampire-slaying game set on a small island town besieged by bloodsuckers. Players choose from a diverse roster of survivors, all with different weapons and skills to bring to the vamp bashing party. Super excited about Redfall, guys. I think it looks, from the trailer at least, looks really good, and definitely you can kind of tell there's areas of the trailer that kind of give you that Dishonored vibe, and I love that. Dishonored to me was a really cool series so far. I thought that they definitely should continue it. We've talked about Dishonored on the YouTube channel. You guys can check out that content if you like Dishonored, about the future of it. Redfall, who knows? Well, could this tie in some way or another into Dishonored? You never know. Halo Infinite, guys, another Xbox exclusive. Obviously, it's not a new announcement, but we got to see the multiplayer mode, which will be free, filled with vehicles and armor, weapon customizations, and won't have Battle Royale yet. The Battle Pass isn't seasonal, so players can take their time to unlock all the goodies, which is awesome. Halo Infinite, guys, there's been a lot of backlash on certain elements of Halo Infinite, whether it's the graphics, whatever the case might be. To me, though, Halo Infinite has really kind of almost one-upped, obviously, the other Halo titles because it's free to play. That is so huge, guys. Halo Infinite being free to play for everyone who has an Xbox or a PC is huge for this franchise because a lot of people are just going to try it just to see how it is. So obviously, even if at the very beginning of the launch, even if it's kind of rough, not perfect, it's not fully polished, whatever the case might be, the developers can certainly, fix things along the way. With it being free to play, it's totally, justifiable to have, microtransactions and things of that nature for them to be able to make money in Halo Infinite as far as the multiplayer is concerned. I'm excited about it, though, to say the least, guys. From what we saw, there's a lot of moments in there that really gave me the old school vibes of Halo. Sure, they've added a few different things like grappling hook and so on and so forth, but I'm excited about this title. We're going to be talking about Halo Infinite later on in the show, but I gotta say, guys, I'm pretty excited about Halo Infinite. I'm excited that it's back, and Master Chief is back as well. Forza Horizon 5, the visually ambitious open-world racing game series, is returning, and this time it's scorching through Mexico. I'm very excited for the Forza Horizon community, guys. Obviously, I'm not a huge racing fan. There's been a few titles I have enjoyed. Asphalt 9 is one of them. I like Asphalt 9. I've played Forza, and Forza is a good game, obviously. I just don't spend tons of time playing, racing games outside. I've played, obviously, Need for Speed and a lot of the classics, but this from, graphically and just, from the gameplay, looks like it's going to be something pretty special. So I'm really excited about the fan base for Forza getting a new Forza title. Replaced. This is another one exclusive to Xbox, taking its design cues from classic scrolling adventure Another World. Replaced is a 2D platformer set in an alternative 1980s where humanity has been devastated after a disastrous nuclear weapon test, and the lead character is an AI trapped in a human body. A promisingly gritty cyberpunk-esque thriller from Sad Cat Studios. A lot of these games, guys, are trying to kind of take after Cyberpunk. It'll be interesting to see what this game kind of is able to accomplish when it launches on Xbox as well. Stalker 2, Heart of Chernobyl, which is another Xbox exclusive. One thing that you'll notice, guys, a lot of these are Xbox exclusives. Xbox is taking they are aggressively trying to become the king of consoles. PlayStation has taken that title from them over the years. Xbox is really working hard to get it back. And I think buying, the rights, obviously, to Bethesda and such is a huge move. The power moves that Xbox is making is crazy. And we can also even talk about Xbox Game Pass. I mean, it's the Netflix of gaming, in my opinion. It's huge. The grim post-apocalyptic shooter is set to offer another brutal tour of the Chernobyl dead zone, this time with a vast open world setting, new factions to fight against, and a dark global narrative that reacts to your actions. Love it. I'm excited about Stalker 2, guys, really. Have not played the first one. I'm definitely going to go back and play that one before playing Stalker 2, but I got to tell you, it looks really good from what we've seen. Battlefield 2042. This is a title I'm so excited for this fan base. I've been waiting a while for a new Battlefield title. They're finally getting it, and it's exactly what the fan base wanted for the most part. The large-scale, tactically minded competitor to Call of Duty takes us to a near-future world ravaged by climate change. Players get to drop automated gun turrets while changing their weapon specs on the fly, and PC and next-gen console versions will support mammoth 128-player battles. Awesome. 128-player battles. It's going to be on PlayStation as well as Xbox and PC. Absolutely awesome, guys. I loved what I saw from Battlefield 2042. It being multiplayer only was a little bit concerning for me, that they're getting totally away from campaign. They're getting kind of away from, certain elements of what Battlefield was all about. But I like this approach. It's different, right? Battlefield, a lot of times when you would play it, it was more realistic than Call of Duty. But now they're kind of taking the side of, they want to make things a little bit more, not necessarily unrealistic, but more fun and different. The cyclones, the tornadoes on the map, things of that nature really give you this vibe like they're probably going to add Battle Royale at some point. They say they're not right now, but I think at some point they will. I am concerned about how many modes that they have right now, guys. That would be my only issue with it. And they have about 7 maps at launch, which isn't terrible, but I really hope if they're going to be a multiplayer only title, it needs to be flooded with content. And I would love to see this free to play, kind of like Halo Infinite, because I think that would be, it would be so big in my opinion for Battlefield. If they did that, I would love to see them incorporate an esports scene or really put some money into the esports side of things for Battlefield, because I think this could be a really special title. 128 player battles is awesome. Bigger, better, that's great. But I think they also need to take a page out of Call of Duty's book and have some smaller maps. We've talked about this on the YouTube channel. Call of Duty's taken a lot of pages out of Battlefield's book. They've made some larger maps, so on and so forth. But Battlefield has not taken things that's made Call of Duty so successful. Smaller maps. Bring some smaller maps, some more. If you want to have those, realistic or big, 128 player battles, you have that, but also have some smaller maps. I think that's really important as well. Overall, though, super excited for this community, guys. A lot of these other titles, honestly, guys, I didn't really pay a lot of attention to. Silt is on PC. It was showcased during the PC gaming event. Silt looks to be a brooding adventure in which a diver searches a monster-strewn ocean bed seeking to uncover a long-forgotten mystery. The beautiful monochrome visuals should lure fans of Inside. I agree. I thought this kind of stood out a little bit to me. Thought that looked really interesting as well. Now, a number of other titles, guys. I'll wrap it up with Rainbow Six Extraction. So I'm really excited about this title because it's, gonna be a little bit different. I mean, Rainbow Six Siege wanted to take this kind of, approach now, obviously, that being Ubisoft, take this approach where they want to incorporate horror. The latest co-op adventure in the high-tech Rainbow Six series sees groups of players taking on an alien invasion force known as the Archeans in intense strategic skirmishes across the U.S. There are 18 classes to choose from, all with unique weapons and gadgets. So, look, I'm totally on board with this, guys. From the very beginning with Rainbow Six Extraction, I was definitely on board. I was really excited when I heard about it. It gave me just a lot of thoughts in my mind about, why are they going in this direction for like an alien invasion? Well, honestly, guys, lots of horror movies, horror video games are becoming more and more popular. So why not have, within that same universe of Rainbow Six, have something in there that has aliens or something of that nature? It's awesome. It's kind of like the Call of Duty Zombies or something, where Call of Duty incorporates Call of Duty Zombies and you go to play waves and waves of enemies. This is Rainbow Six's version almost of that in its own, totally its own game. It's awesome. I love that. It's expanding upon the legacy, the lore, the story, so on and so forth of Rainbow Six. And I think that's a big deal, guys. I'm interested to see if this is going to, at some point or another, incorporate into Rainbow Six Siege one way or another. It's co-op, but could this, somewhat tie into Rainbow Six Siege at some point or another? We'll have to kind of wait and see. Those are the games, guys, that I believe really stood out the most to me at E3 2021. There was so much to be excited about as a gamer, right? There was just so many games, that are going to be coming out. We're going to be finding out more and more about a lot of these other titles up and coming here. I'm so excited about the future of gaming because now with so much exclusivity going on between Xbox and PlayStation and the Nintendo Switch, what it's creating is incredible work out of these companies. They're all working so hard because they're competing against one another now to have better exclusivity games, which is just good for us as the consumer because it's creating this very competitive environment, but now you're going to get better quality and, at the end of the day, better games, in my opinion at least. So I think we won't see it for probably a couple of years, but what's coming, I think, it's exciting, guys. But let me know, what do you guys think in the comment section down below about E3 2021? I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts. And for more gaming videos and content, stay here with Zero TV.